Blu-ray like the IMAX of DVD? Like, if Blu-ray's supposed to be really good, it's just the IMAX of DVD.
I mean, yeah. Like DVDs, I don't think could do like HD resolution or 60 frames per second, whereas Blu-rays can, I believe.
But streaming can just do whatever.
I mean, yes, but...
Okay. They should hire me.
Hire you for what?
They should hire me because I have genius ideas.
Who should hire you?
The DVD people.
The DVD people?
Yeah.
What should they hire you for?
Because I figured out that Blu-ray is the IMAX of DVDs, therefore they should hire me because I could think of other things that they haven't thought of.
I think they'd love to study your brain, Maggie.
That feels backhanded.
I would never backhand you.
Regan would.
Regan would. Shout out to Regan, featured
Slap
on last
bet.
episode, Interstellar. How are you today, Maggie?
I'm good. I just finished my anthropology exam.
Lovely. It was lovely, right?
Yeah, we had 3 hours and it took me like 45 minutes.
Okay, sick. And yeah, it is December 9th. We're officially in the Christmas season, I'd say. And things are good. And that means we're in the Christmas movie season. And so we are talking about, well, we'll talk about the movie in a second. I'm your host, Dylan Gibson. Welcome back to the Pulp Diction podcast, where we talk about movies. Who am I here with today?
Maggie Lancaster again.
Again, previously featured on the Dead Poets Society episode?
Yeah.
Yes. And that was a very fall movie. This is a very winter movie. Mm-hmm. It's a very similar movie in some ways.
Yeah.
What movie are we talking about today, Maggie?
We are talking about one of my favorites of all time, The Holdovers.
The Holdovers, released, I believe, 2022.
I thought it was 2023.
It might have been 23. I'm going to check real quick. Directed by Alexander Payne, who I don't know. It was 2023, you're right.
Bang.
Who I don't know that I've seen any of Payne's other films.
What are they?
He did Election with Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick, I want to say. Nope. Sideways, Nebraska. Jurassic Park 3, really? Okay.
I've never seen a Jurassic Park movie.
That's crazy.
I saw like an episode of one of the animated kids TV shows once.
Of course you did.
Okay, I was at a friend's house, and her older sister had it playing.
Okay. But yeah, The Holdovers, released 2023, directed by Alexander Payne, starring Dominic Sessa and Paul Giamatti and Davine Joy Randolph, I think her name is.
I just want to say it's really convenient that after we watched this, one of our exams got pushed to Saturday.
It really is.
Like, comedic timing.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, The Holdovers is about a group of kids at a private school who Christmas season comes around and they are left to hold over at the school over Christmas break. And they're stuck with a curmudgeonly old teacher, Paul Hunnam, played by Paul Giamatti, a very underrated actor, though I think this movie made him slightly less underrated. And Davine Joy Randolph, Mary Lamb is the character's name. Mm-hmm. She's the head cafeteria lady. And shenanigans ensue. And I say that like it's very lighthearted, which I think a lot of the movie is lighthearted. Mm-hmm. It's very whimsical, but also it's not. It's very grounded. It's very down to earth.
It's got that Dead Poets Society effect.
It's got the Dead Poets Society feel. And it is similar in many ways in that it's about a group of kids at a private school who are sort of on a journey of, it's coming of age, very much a coming of age story. But at the same time, I feel like it differs in a lot of very significant ways.
I called Paul Hunnam evil Robin Williams at one point.
Paul Hunnam and Mr. Keating are two very different ends of the movie teacher spectrum. Where Mr. Keating, as we talked about on the Dead Poets episode, go check it out, great movie. Mr. Keating is so full of joy and love for life. He has this spark about him, and you feel that, which is why Robin Williams was so perfect. Whereas Hunnam is very jaded and cynical. He's maybe not even that great a teacher. He takes great joy out of failing these kids. And which sometimes is justified. That kid Kuntz, he's a little brat. He fully deserves, I don't know that he fully deserves Hunnam's treatment, but he is a spoiled little brat. And some kids do deserve to get knocked down a peg or two.
Yeah, like that one kid that he got begged not to fail but did anyways.
Yes, which is the reason
The
that
daddy's money kid.
yes, which is the reason that he has to watch the kids over break, because the headmaster or the dean or whatever did not like that he failed a kid whose daddy gave the school a lot of money. But also, again, with the Dead Poets Society comparison, and I don't want to spend the whole episode just comparing this movie. Dead
No.
Poets is like this, Holdovers is like this. But I don't know, Dead Poets has this sort of almost elevated feel about it, like almost larger than reality, whereas Holdovers feels very, very real. Like we were watching
Regan
this
said
with
that,
Regan, yes. And it just had, like, the interactions and the dialogue and everything feels so realistic and so just, I don't know, it like it's a window into these real, what could be real people. Whereas Dead Poets, like I said, feels elevated. It's almost,
There's definitely a degree of separation.
yes, there's like almost a poetry about some of it.
I wonder why.
Right. But like both serve their respective films for different purposes so well. And I love both so much. This was my second time watching The Holdovers. It was your
Fourth?
fourth, give or take.
I don't know. I love this movie.
It's a good one. And yeah, there's so much to talk about. I mean, the aesthetic, just to start, like,
I want his jacket so badly.
Dominic Sessa wears a jacket in this movie. It's brown and tan.
It's okay. It's a brown puffer jacket, and there's like a white stripe up here.
Yeah.
I want it.
That 70s fashion, man. I love it.
70s fashion had some good stuff to it.
Yeah.
Bell bottoms.
But more than like the way, not just the way characters dress, like period accurate, but just the way the movie looks as a movie is emulating the style of films from this period, like the period it takes place in, you know? Like they captured the look of a 70s film. It's all shot digitally, but it looks like it was on a film camera. You have no idea what I'm saying right now.
Correct.
But like the way it's color graded, the graininess of it, you know what the graininess.
I
right?
know graininess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to edit photos and stuff.
Some of the editing techniques, these like little imperfections are so perfectly calculated, you know, so that it looks like a 70s movie. Even the sound mixing at times, like it's this mono sort of sound mixing that just sounds kind of tinny, but like, again, it's meant to emulate movies like The Graduate that would have come from that period. And even the logos at the beginning, it's using the retro.
That I got.
Yes. And the opening credits, like the simple font, the everything, even the MPAA R rating thing is period accurate. And it does a lot for the aesthetic and just the feeling that you're watching an older movie, even though it came out 2 freaking years ago. But I have to wonder, like, why do you think the filmmakers would make a decision like that beyond just, oh, it's because it's a cool aesthetic?
Okay. I feel like I can't fully explain this without spoiling it, but something that happens towards the end of that movie you could not have done today.
I'm trying to think.
Hunnam car.
Hunnam car. Oh, when he spits out the
No. Not that one. The car trip.
the car trip, like to Boston.
Yeah.
Why not? Oh, well, tracking. Yeah,
Life 360 would have ruined that.
that's true. No, like the movie very much is the fact that it takes place in the 70s is not just like a gimmick. It's very important. You have this backdrop of Vietnam at the time because Mary, one of the main characters, her son recently had died before in Vietnam because she couldn't afford to send him to college. So he went there on a GI Bill, and there's this theme of like inequality because I mean she's a black woman and she was only able to send him to what's the school name? Barton Academy, because she worked there. She wouldn't have been able to afford him that good education otherwise. So because he couldn't get a scholarship, he had to go to military and was going to get an education through that. And then he died in Nam. And if you really think about it, Angus too, he has the threat of military school if he gets expelled, right? And that means he has a bigger chance of also getting sent to Vietnam and also dying. So really the decision Hunnam makes towards the end isn't just saving him from military school. It's saving him from potentially risking his life in the war.
I didn't even think of
in general. Yeah. Which I think makes it that much weightier and more meaningful for Angus. Yeah, got my Holly Jolly chai from our library cafe.
It is not jolly.
It's eggnog and chai.
It is not jolly.
Actually, I actually quite like it.
It tastes like pure cinnamon.
Maggie doesn't like cinnamon. Do you like cinnamon or just not that much cinnamon?
I can't say I like cinnamon in general because it's generally associated with things I don't like sweet potatoes, oatmeal.
I'm not a big fan of those either, but like have you had a cinnamon crunch bagel from Panera?
I have been to Panera a whole one time in my life. I
Really?
think. One or two.
Wow.
And I go for mac and cheese.
Anyway, little side tangent. Yeah, this is a story. Yeah, like you said, tracking. Like you couldn't just leave. I mean, it would be so much easier even if the parents. Just the concept of the parents going fully no contact nowadays is unfathomable because they always have a method of contact on them.
Cell phones. That's why else they had to do it instead of
Cell phones. There's so many movies that just couldn't
phones
happen
would ruin
today
that.
because of cell phones. But yeah, the constant tracking and surveillance. Like, I don't think there could be like the kids. Angus could have as much freedom, relative freedom, as he did, at least towards the end, in today's day and age. But
They can never make me hate Angus Tolley.
no, of course not. Again, just to go back to the 70s aesthetic, I guess. I don't know. It's one of the many artistic choices here that I love so much. I love the way this movie looks, and I wish more big movies would be creative about the way they look. Like you have all these blockbusters, all these Marvel movies that have the same color grading, the same aesthetic, and it gets tiring. And I worry that that's the kind of variety that we're going to lose if, say, Warner Brothers' current pending deal with Netflix goes through. I don't know if you know anything about that, but Netflix is planning to buy Warner Brothers.
That's why I saw an Instagram post, and it's like movies Netflix wouldn't have released in theaters.
Yeah.
I was missing the context
Because,
for that big time.
yeah, the Ted Sarandos, Netflix's CEO, my op, does not like movie theaters. He thinks they are an outdated concept. He thinks
They're fun.
they are fun. And like that's why all these Netflix movies are only given these like tiny little limited theater releases that I'm never able to go see. I'm so mad I didn't get to go see the third Knives Out movie.
Netflix movies get released in theaters?
They get released for like a week so that they can get Oscar consideration in like a few movie theaters and then are pulled so they can release on Netflix the next
theaters,
month.
period.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just so that they can get Oscar nominations and nothing else.
Everything is a profit motive.
Everything's a profit motive. And that's my problem with Netflix is they don't view movies, and the people that work in movies in general, I'm always baffled because they don't view movies as an art form. They view them as profit and business and incentive. And like there was this infamous note that someone who worked with Netflix said that they got from like an executive that was like, you should, when you're writing, you should always make the characters explain who they are and what they're doing when they walk into a room so that people who are doing their laundry and watching in the background can know what's going on.
Okay, as someone who is an avid person who will have something playing in the background, I'd rather just rewind.
Right. It's absurd. But in any case, the Holdovers.
How many tangents can we get?
Several.
Yep.
I love the character intro for Paul Giamatti. What's Paul? The Hunnam. You get these shots of like his room. It's all unkempt and messy, alcohol everywhere. And you see him hunched over his desk grading. I have his quote written down. The first line he says, "Lazy, vulgar, rancid little Philistines."
He's just such a little guy.
It's so perfect. Such a perfect. This is who he's such a curmudgeon.
I could be such a good mother to him.
He's such a cranky old man, and I love him so much.
He's a little Scrooge.
He kind of is a little Scrooge. He's a Scrooge. He's kind of a Grinch, but he's got a heart of gold, which, as we discover over the course of the movie, he like I said earlier, he takes great joy in failing a lot of these kids, which isn't great.
Some of them really are assholes.
Some of them are definitely. Do you want me to censor that?
I don't care.
Okay.
Assholes is fine.
And he could stand to be a little less hard on them. But the thing is, he truly does believe that he's doing them a service. He's like, these kids are here for an education. They need discipline, and I'm giving that to them. I'm making them better men. But I think it is, to an extent, a projection of himself. He sees a lot of himself in these kids and his own failings.
I think he sees enormous amounts of himself, specifically in Angus.
In Angus especially.
And I'm going to get into that.
For sure. Because like we make some discoveries about Hunnam later that add quite a lot to him. And yeah, I don't know. He's a wonderful character. I don't know if Giamatti got like a nom for him. I feel like he didn't, which is crazy.
He definitely could have.
Yeah, he does such a great. When we were watching the movie, we talked about the lazy eye, and they did great with that, because we were wondering, is it CGI? Is it a prosthetic? And it is a contact lens.
But they were switching it.
They were switching it to confuse people, just like Angus himself was confused. And yeah, he was blind in one eye when he was wearing the contact lens, which apparently made driving difficult. I was watching one interview with him. He was like he would be driving in a scene and they'd tell him, could you like park a little closer to the curb? He's like, I can't. I can't see.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, Paul. But yeah, I said in my notes, Mr. Hunnam is like if Mr. Keating was just as fucked up as the kids are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's got all kinds of issues. We find out at some point or another that he's on the same depression medication as Angus, which is such a great scene. It adds such a great layer to both of them.
That might have been one of the 3 times I cried.
Yes. This is a cry-worthy movie.
Yeah.
It's such a quietly devastating movie. There's no like big heart-wrenching moment like in Dead Poets where the thing and he goes out in the lake.
I've only ever cried watching Dead Poets the first time I saw it. This one gets me almost every time.
Let's talk about Mary a little bit. Okay. Mary's an interesting character. Her name is Mary Lamb, which
It's a religious school.
It is a religious school. They go to mass and whatnot. Hunnam's an atheist, I believe. He talks, or a stoicist. I don't know. He talks about the God he doesn't believe in,
He
or
believes in
whatever.
the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius.
Yes, a book which he claims doesn't mention God once, but it actually does.
But it's like the Quran, the Bible, and the Torah.
And
Not the Torah.
the
The Torah.
Quran, the Bible, and the Bhagavad Gita
Oh, yeah, Bhagavad
rolled
Gita.
into one.
Don't show
And the
this to
best
me.
part, not one mention of God in the whole thing. There are mentions of God. I haven't read the book, but yeah, it makes sense. He's just so cynical and beaten down. I can see why he feels that way.
Yeah.
But Mary, her name, again, her name is Mary Lamb. One interpretation of that is that she and her son Curtis Lamb, the Lamb name is an allusion to the phrase "lambs to the slaughter," because that's what they are. They are, as marginalized individuals, they are lambs to the slaughter in that these are the folks getting sent to Vietnam and sent to die in the privileged folks' wars.
See, I went the
But
other direction.
you'd mentioned the religious direction where
'Cause, like,
lamb, the sacrificial lamb, I guess,
Kinda,
that Jesus was, but also
because if Mary talked about neither her husband nor Curtis made it to 25.
yes.
And, like, Paul Hunnam seems to have at least some sort of respect for Curtis.
Yeah.
Like, he was a good kid. He was good at academics. He had discipline.
He hated you.
He hated Paul. But there's at least some sort of respect there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. It is. Yeah, she keeps up this appearance of being strong and kind and whatnot, whatever, for most of the movie, but at the party when I believe she's drunk, she just breaks down and just has this realization, he's gone.
At
He's
Christmas time. Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. And it's so sad. Devine, I think, was nominated for an Oscar. I can't remember whether or not she won, but there are so many moments where she's not doing any talking. But one video I saw, it's where the snow starts falling and she looks out the window and she sees the snow falling and just this look that tells 1,000 words, where she's realizing that time is moving on and passing and Christmas is coming, even though her son is no longer here.
And, like, she's stuck. She tells Paul Hunnam that she can't leave Barton's because that's the last place she was with her baby.
And to an extent, all three of the main characters are stuck. Mm-hmm. Hunnam is stuck at Barton because he doesn't want to leave that safe little bubble. He
Or
doesn't.
can he not?
What?
Can he not get a job elsewhere?
That's the thing. He maybe couldn't. But also, like Mary, he talks about the monograph he wants to write, not even a full book. Like Mary says, you can't even dream a full dream, can you? Which is such a, I don't know, it's such a takedown of him, but it's so sad and tragic. But Mary is afraid to leave Barton because she feels like she's leaving her son, and she doesn't want to do that. Hunnam doesn't want to take any risks. He just stays in this safe little bubble where nothing changes for him. He has this great respect for the previous headmaster who gave him the job at Barton. And that's why he sticks so strictly to these traditions of these high standards that fails most of these kids. And unwilling to change, even though he does have the capacity for being a good teacher, like we see in the museum scene.
Yeah.
And Angus is afraid to leave the bubble, I guess, of...
Real academics, not military school?
No, Angus he doesn't want to let go of his father. He can't really accept that he's gone and doesn't want to accept the possibility that he's not getting better and he's not coming back. And I think the snow globe in the party is sort of symbolic of these safe spaces, these safe bubbles that these characters don't want to leave. And that's why Angus is so fascinated by it. And that's why he, spoiler alert, let's just get into spoilers, I don't care.
That's why he gave it to his
That's
father
why he
to try
steals
and
it.
save him.
That's why he gives it to his father.
Oh.
It's this safe space. It's this nice contained little bubble where it's safe, it's protected from the outside world, but nothing ever changes inside. And he could stay in that bubble his whole life, but what happens when he stays in the bubble his whole life? He becomes someone like Hunnam.
We're in spoiler alert territory.
Yes,
right?
you have something you want to say.
Yeah. No, because Angus gave his dad the snow globe. His dad tried to brain an orderly with it, is what his parents said.
Yes.
His dad tried to break that safe space.
Yeah.
The scene with Angus's father is probably the one that made me cry the hardest out of all of them.
That scene's lived rent free in my mind ever since the first time I watched this a couple of years ago.
That's probably the one that killed me the most.
And I think me too. It's like I said, quietly devastating. It is just I don't know. There's so much like in between the lines. The dialogue is so well written. It really trusts the audience. It doesn't outright say anything, but when he goes, I have to tell you something, there's this.
Angus is like pouring his heart and soul out to this man, and then he's just like, I think they're putting something in my food. And
it's just Dominic Sessa, first time film actor, by the way.
That shocked me.
Yeah. They found him he went to the school where they filmed some of the movie, and they found him from the school's drama program. And he's a real breakout star. He does an excellent job. I think he was just in Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Anyway, he does so good in the scene. He just deflates, and it's a gut punch.
Yeah.
It sucks. The Newlywed Game is on TV. Hunnam doesn't know what it is, even though apparently it was one of the top-rated programs of the time, which again shows his dedication to tradition, classics, and how
it's ironic that he's a classics professor.
Why is that ironic?
Because he can't escape. Oh, microphone. I know there's a microphone there. He can't escape the past, which is why he's stuck teaching it.
Yeah. Yeah, the scene where he's like I said, the museum scene, he's definitely not just talking about history, but himself is the thing. You have to understand his past to understand his present, I guess, and why he is the way he is, which is a dick. And Angus says, like, if you taught like that more, people might actually like you. Because he's told time and time again, everyone hates you, right? And this poor guy doesn't really get why. Like at the bowling alley, when he goes on that like tangent about
actually, Santa Claus. This is not correct.
It is not historically accurate garb, actually. Like I don't. He's just a guy.
Paul Hunnam, my number one twomp.
Yeah, he is. He kind of is twompy.
But everyone hates Angus too.
Everyone hates Angus too. Yeah. Which part of that is Hunnam's fault. He does cancel. Again, he's a dick. He cancels the makeup exam because of Tully, who does try to do something good for his classmates, but it backfires miserably.
Poor kid.
Poor kid.
He can never make me hate him.
Yeah. Which the photo at the beginning, too, that Kuntz took, that's another part of the little microcosm that he doesn't want to leave.
He has this idolized image of his dad almost.
An idolized image of his dad that Kuntz corrupts, that he draws all over. What does he write on it?
Dickwad?
Something along those lines.
Except it was pointed at Angus.
Yes. But it's still like a corruption of this image, of his perfect little world. And so it's tainted, and he can't have it anymore, so he just throws the whole picture away, which is sort of almost a theme, like the glove scene where
Kuntz.
Kuntz steals the Mormon kid's glove and throws it away as payback for the kid ratting him out and starting a fight. And Angus says he only took the one glove on purpose, so the orphaned glove would hurt that much more. So the kid sees this leftover glove, this holdover glove, and throws it into the river. And it very poetically flows away with the stream. And one video I saw, I should have written it down so I could give him credit, said that that's sort of a metaphor for all the holdovers, I guess. They're left behind, and so they, instead of dealing with the loss, I guess, they just throw the whole thing away. That's kind of what Angus's mom did to him. He's a reminder of her lost husband. So instead of dealing with the loss and keeping him present, she just throws him away, out of sight, out of mind.
She's starting a whole new life for herself. She's got a new husband. She's putting every remnant of her husband away. She's like, oh, Paul and I need to go on a honeymoon. We haven't had time the whole time you've been in school. And so Angus is just left behind last minute, and it's like his parents, not even his parents, his mother and his stepfather don't even want him to exist because he's not them. Which
is another very heartbreaking scene. He's on the phone. Is it a zoom out or a zoom in?
I have no clue.
I feel like it was a zoom out, which is a very 70s shot. And it's just, again, the weight of the scene is put entirely on Dominic Sessa's shoulders. And he carries it seemingly effortlessly, but I'm sure there was a lot of effort put into him. Nothing but respect for him.
You have just this disconnected voice of his mother on the phone. You don't even see her till the end, do you?
No. And I think that's very deliberate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just a disjointed voice on the phone who's like, actually, you can't come home.
Mm-hmm. And she does show up finally when something inconvenient happened to her. He brained an orderly or whatever, and now I have to move him, and this is so much trouble for me.
God forbid she has to come home from her honeymoon with Paul. I do not like Paul.
No. The boy needs to be sent to military school. He needs some discipline.
And the deliberate point he makes of clarifying, the headmaster's like, Mr. Hunnam, these are Angus Tully's parents, and Paul's immediately like, stepfather. Like, he wants no part in that kid whatsoever.
He does not. He's not a big fan of Angus. Poor kid. And Angus is bright. He gets a B+, which is the highest grade we see on the exam.
Because there's like F pluses.
Yeah, a B. So for all intents and purposes, a Hunnam B+ is
100.
an A+. Yes. And what is it? The gym scene. I want to talk about that in a second, but he responds to his Rubicon comment with Latin, and it's it's like a Julius Caesar quote, I believe. Again, I'll talk about it later. But he shows time and time again, he's a good student. He's a good learner.
He's smart.
He's smart. And Hunnam says, I don't know about brilliant, but he has a lot of potential. He's a smart, good kid. And he doesn't deserve you a-holes.
Yeah.
And
he's smart. He proves multiple times throughout the duration of the film that he has a good heart.
Yeah,
He's just been dealt a shit hand.
Yes. I think our first example of the good heart is the kid who pees himself in bed, and he helps change his sheets. It's very kind, very sweet.
And if you notice, I'm pretty sure the only times he lies throughout the film are to protect someone.
Ooh.
Because he lied twice for Hunnam.
Yes.
And every time he lied for himself, he was just trying to get his family back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't. I'm actually not sure I agree with that because there are all the times he lies. May I go to the bathroom? Just to call someone, try to call a taxi, try to book a hotel
He's trying
room.
to get out of the Hunnam land.
He's trying to stay in his.
But if he gets out of Hunnam land, he can get to Boston.
Yes.
And I think that was always his end goal.
For sure. But I think that is not that I think he's wrong for it, but I think it is an inherently selfish endeavor. He wants to preserve that perfect vision that he has, but I guess he needed to go to Boston so that he could finally have that dream die, unfortunately.
And like, yes, it is selfish, but ultimately it is to see his father.
Yes.
Which is why I'm arguing that every time he lies, it is for someone else.
I suppose. I'm still not sure I agree, but I respect that.
But he does lie twice for Hunnam, even though the first time he hated the guy.
Yeah, the first time was the arm?
Arm.
Yes, and then the second time was with his old classmate, yeah? Yeah.
He was his nephew Leonard.
His nephew Leonard. Such a funny scene, by the way. Which this movie is very funny. We've talked a lot about how sad this movie is. It makes me laugh a decent amount, too.
You know what made me laugh?
What's that?
The Peloponnesian War,
The
Dylan.
Peloponnesian War. Let's talk about it.
I was playing Codenames with him. And I don't know who knows about Codenames, but you get like this grid of 25 cards, and someone's giving clues, someone's guessing. And you give like a one-word clue to make the person who's guessing for you guess as many of your words as possible. And on that board, I saw Greece, I saw war, and I saw Rome. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the Peloponnesian War. So I go, Dylan, Peloponnesian 3. And he goes, what's a Peloponnesian?
What is a Peloponnesian?
And I'm sitting there about to start screaming, crying. And then, like, a couple days later, we're watching the Holdovers, and Hanan comes in, and he's like, the Peloponnesian War, gentlemen. And I just look at Dylan. I just
it was
look at
so
him.
funny. So funny. Okay. I don't know that...
The Peloponnesian War is not niche.
I don't know that the point you're making... I don't know that you're making the point you think you're making, considering Hunnam is supposed to be an uptight, over-the-top, traditional private school teacher.
The Peloponnesian War is not niche.
It's pretty niche.
It's not niche. I will stay mad about this.
Okay, well, sorry not everyone gets your privileged little private school education, Mags. I had to go to public school. How about that?
Okay, you did... Hang on. You did IB. That wasn't even an option.
History of the Americas. IB History of the Americas.
IB was not even an option for me. I did not have access to IB. I did not have access to AP. So who's really privileged?
Not me. I'm a straight white guy. I don't have any privilege.
I'm a straight white woman. I didn't have rights till 100 years ago.
Okay.
I think we're done with this.
Anywho.
Wow.
Gym scene.
The gym.
This is the first time, I believe, Angus straight up lies to Hunnam. He asks to go to the bathroom. He goes out to try to book a hotel room on the phone. And instead of doing what Hunnam tells him to, he goes on the run. And it's all whimsical.
So
He's so snarky.
I love the snark.
You have this whimsical little music. The
and Angus is like, exercise is good for the soul.
Yeah,
huh?
he's turning his own words back on him.
It
And
so
again,
much.
showing how smart he is. Without exercise, the body eats itself or something like that. And he does a cartwheel, which was Dominic's idea, actually.
Really?
It was not in the script. He just asked the director, can I do a cartwheel? And he's like, okay.
I love it, though. It's
I
so
love
whimsical.
it. And he goes into the gym, which was very specifically stated to be off limits because they just got a, what?
The kid that Hunnam failed, it was his dad who paid for the gym.
It was his, oh, yes.
The kid, yeah.
Which, and this is the first time we see the gym. I think the only time we see the gym. And
Well, no, it's in one basketball scene at the end of the film, I believe.
Okay.
Or-
But it's brand new. And it looks perfectly fine, perfectly functional.
It's half lacquered.
It's half lacquered. And they're not allowed in. Because this school just, I don't know, they like it untainted, untarnished. But
Perfect little snow globe image.
Perfect little snow globe. And he's about to step in, and Hunnam says, "This is your Rubicon. Do not cross the Rubicon."
Dylan, what's a Rubicon?
It's something, I believe it was some river or another that Julius Caesar crossed.
Now that is niche.
That is niche. But it's a niche thing that Angus gets because he responds with what Caesar said before he crossed the Rubicon, which is the die is cast in Latin. Alia acta est, I believe.
And then he goes running and tumbling.
He does indeed cross the Rubicon, and he does a little springboard jump, and he dislocates his shoulder. And it's hilarious. But I think more than just being... I think it really is his Rubicon in more ways than one. This really is the point of no return and the turning point for the relationship between the two of them. It ends up being something of a bonding moment. It is the point. It's the first time that he lies to protect him. And this is sort of where they begin to get closer to one another and see each other as more than... Hunnam sees Angus as more than a spoiled little brat student who is a troublemaker, and he sees Hunnam as a little more than the curmudgeonly teacher.
You know what's really interesting?
What?
The specific lie Angus used to protect Hunnam.
He
calls him his dad, and he's like, "Please, I don't get to see him very often."
Yeah.
Do you think that lie came out easier because he was using his dad as like
a reference point? Yeah, I'm sure it did. That is interesting. Good catch. But yeah, that is the Rubicon for the characters.
And Angus lies in the hospital, and he's like to the nurse, because he doesn't want his mom and stepdad to find out. He's like, "Please, this is my dad. I don't get to see him very often. He took me ice skating when he wasn't supposed to. I don't want him to have to go back to court." And he uses this image of his dad, like projects it onto Hunnam as a way to lie and protect him.
Yes. And Hunnam, by the end of the movie, does indeed become something of a father figure to Angus.
I would agree with that. I would agree that.
Yeah, it's very much a sort of found family among the main three.
I'm such a sucker for those.
Yeah, because they've all lost someone in some way, shape, or form. And they all find each other in that brokenness. And it's so sweet. There's a lot of talk of that Hunnam has of Barton men don't do this. Barton men don't lie. Barton men don't, Barton men don't go to Vietnam, which is a sort of cynical little sarcastic jab.
Barton men don't do anything Hunnam did or tried to do. Because Hunnam did try to enlist at one point.
Did he?
He did, but they rejected him because of a medical thing.
Yeah. Which he has a few medical things. The thing that his body doesn't process the one thing, so he smells like fish.
Ruins his chances of getting candy cane.
Candy cane.
Candy cane. This like hooker in the street.
A hooker he's out doing like browsing something or another with Angus in Boston. The hooker approaches him. "Come on, you can leave him here. Daddy can get a little candy cane." Which apparently the screenwriter based that off of an event from his own childhood.
Oh God. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Did his daddy get a little
His
candy
daddy
cane?
did not get candy cane.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. The screenplay, I guess, had a few semi-autobiographical elements about it like that.
Interesting.
And it was originally, I guess Alexander Payne had read a TV pilot by the screenwriter with a similar sort of concept and commissioned a feature film out of it.
I don't think it would have been as good as a TV show.
I don't think so either. Though I can see how, in concept, it could be a TV show.
I see the vision, but I don't like the vision.
But I agree. I like how it turned out. And yeah, no, the script is so good for this. Like I said, it's so realistic. It's got the symbolism, like the snow globe, the character development. It's very show, don't tell. Like they don't outright say a lot. It's you read between the lines, but it's so easy to read between those lines. It's so clear what is going on at every second.
That just makes the few times where they actually tell you that much more effective.
Yes.
Like Hunnam being like, "Oh no, I hit him with my car."
Which the alcohol store, the liquor store scene too is great.
Which is
right after the other time that Angus lies for him.
when he was Leonard.
When he was Leonard, he is an old classmate from Harvard. And he lies through his teeth about how successful he is. You know, I'm teaching abroad mostly.
And Angus is lying on his behalf and pushing it.
I'm his nephew Leonard. Tell him about your book, Uncle Paul.
The one on ancient cameras.
Yes. Lights and magic in
The ancient world.
Yes.
The camera obscura.
And then his comment right after it is so funny. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah. And then we go into the liquor store.
And he explains some of his backstory at Harvard.
That someone copied his thesis, was it?
Something like that, and accused him of being the copier.
To cover up.
And it's, did you got kicked out of Harvard for cheating? Nope, I got kicked out for hitting him. Like, you punched him? Nope.
I hit him with my car. Barton men don't hit people with their cars.
And, yeah, it's another great, and it's another, again, with this theme of like privilege and the way people are born in society. Something he says to Kuntz early on in the movie: life for most people is like a henhouse ladder, shitty and short. You were born lucky. Hunnam was not born lucky. He went to Barton on his scholarship. He was not, what?
Did he go to Harvard on scholarship? He had to.
I mean, he must have.
Yeah.
And he works for all that, and it's taken away by somebody who's privileged.
When he was this close.
Yes, whose daddy has connections to the school. Which is why he takes it out on these kids whose daddies have connections. And like, these are the people who these people are the reason Mary's son had to go to war. These people are the reason Angus is something. I don't know. It has something to do with Angus. And I don't know. It's a very...
And this is how we arrive at this place where Hunnam is so stuck. He never got a college degree. He was robbed of that. The old headmaster took pity on him, or saw potential. He saw potential, right?
For sure, yeah.
He saw potential. He gave Hunnam a job as adjunct faculty. Less pay, less respect than anyone else. And Hunnam is stuck because he can't do anything else because he was robbed of his opportunity to do so.
It's yeah.
And he just doesn't want to see the same thing happen to Angus.
Yeah. And that's why he protects him at the end. He doesn't want him to turn him to himself.
Which is really sweet, but so sad.
Yeah.
Because Angus is already scared of turning into someone.
You are not your father. I'm not mine, no matter how much he tried to beat that into me.
Yeah.
This is Paul Giamatti talking. My daddy didn't beat anything into me.
I would hope not.
I love my dad. Shout out Jonathan Gibson, featured on the Almost Famous episode, I think. And maybe one or two others. I don't know. Anyway, where were we? Alcohol store, liquor store. It's also shot in a very interesting way where it's like, it kind of feels like they're alone having this conversation.
But the clerk's
You
there the
forget
whole
that
time.
they're in a store, and then it cuts around and the clerk's there. He hands him the alcohol, says, "Here you go, killer."
Yeah.
He's been listening the whole time.
I love that so much.
Yes. I love this is a very New England movie, but you don't get a lot of the New England accents, but I love when you do. Like at the restaurant with he has the argument with the veterans, right?
Manhook, candor,
Manhook. True. They have like these Boston accents. I love a Boston movie, The Departed.
Okay, this is slightly off topic, but I love Angus being a little asshole when he has a dislocated shoulder and it's in a sling and he's trying to play pinball and Hook Hand Man comes up and he's like, "Oh, you can be my left arm."
It's such a misguided attempt at humor.
Try.
He tried, which The veterans, by the way, another example of the people that are not privileged that had to go and fight the war because they weren't privileged, and because of that he lost a hand forever.
This movie just does the concept of privilege so well.
Yes.
Because it's not like in your face, like these people are privileged, these people aren't.
And that's Angus's experience. Like, that's why he tries to use humor. He doesn't understand why that doesn't work, or why he won't take his dime, why he's insulted by offering him his dime.
He was just trying to be a good guy.
Yes, but he's grown up in this world world of money and wealth and comfort. He doesn't understand these like working men's problems.
And I mean, he's had problems of his own, but they're so vastly different.
Yes, very much so. And it's interesting. It's so interesting.
I wonder if he uses humor as a coping mechanism when it comes to his parents too.
100%. I am sure of it.
Yeah. As someone who makes a lot of jokes about my dad. Yeah.
There's one moment where Hunnam throws a football. He has this pathetic little football throw. It's so... I don't know if you remember it.
I don't.
I don't know. I took a note of it because it was so funny and such a pitiful attempt at throwing a football. But... And I hadn't thought about it as anything more than, oh, he's being silly. But I was listening to something the other day that said him doing that shows how he's starting to step a little bit out of his comfort zone. He's like, throwing a football is something that he would never have done not that long ago. But he's taking a chance on something, even if it's something as small as throwing a football. And even if he sucks at it miserably, he's trying.
I do think he also has a lot more humor and whimsy about him after spending so much time with Angus.
Yeah.
Like when they all come back to the classroom at the end and Kuntz has like this nasty sunburn from the goggles. He's like, fly too close to the sun, Icarus? And it's this Hunnam brand of like classically based...
I feel like we all laughed at that, and I feel like we are such nerds.
We are nerds, but like it's such like a Hunnam reference, but you can see that he's got like that little bit of Angus infusion in him where he tried to make a joke.
Yeah, he's trying to make a joke. And I love him for that.
He's such like a little guy.
Like maybe if he'd been allowed to continue being a teacher, he could have taken Angus's lesson and been a good one over time, but he doesn't get the chance
because like all three of these characters end up teaching each other something. Like Angus is so desperate to get to his family that Mary ends up reconnecting with her.
Oh yeah.
And she takes like all the stuff she was saving from Curtis that she could not let go of, and she ends up giving it to her sister who's pregnant.
So sad.
It is really sad.
Again, another moment from Davine where she's putting the baby clothes away. Not saying a word, but...
And then her sister walks in behind her, very clearly pregnant.
Dude, just thinking about it. It's so sad.
And then they're just sitting on the bed talking, and you see, like, the sister's husband peek in.
Yeah.
And like, it's just, like, Mary looking at everything she could have had but didn't.
And it's hard, but it's healing in a way. It's... Yeah, man. And Mary, what would you say she teaches the others?
Oh, this is
sorry, not to put you on the spot.
No, this is the hard one, but I'm gonna get it. I'm thinking.
So yeah, we got what Angus teaches Mary. Angus teaches Hunnam, like Maggie said, to just take more chances, have more whimsy. Hunnam teaches Angus, let's see, he's not his father. He teaches Angus.
That is just, that specific scene kills me. And I'm so glad they made it more lighthearted by Mary walking in and the Cherries Jubilee.
Cherries Jubilee. It's a much needed dose of happiness.
Jubilee.
Jubilance?
Jubilance is such a word.
Jubilation.
Yeah. Jubilant. They were feeling jubilant.
They were feeling jubilant. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have cherries? Do you have ice cream?
Can we get them to go?
Yeah.
And Hunnam put so much alcohol on there.
He put so much in a cardboard box.
It's just burning.
I don't know how he thought it was I guess that's why he's not a science teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything on Mary?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm gonna get
You
there.
can put a pin in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
Okay. I got you.
Because I think Mary teaches Hunnam to let people in, that not everyone's going to hurt him.
Yeah, totally.
Because so many people have just...
Mm-hmm.
His dad tried to beat his dad's nature into Hunnam. He got kicked in the ass by
So many people.
the guy who stole his thesis.
Mm-hmm.
The headmaster hates him. Like, everyone is just out to get him. And I think Mary is proof that not everyone's out to get him,
And
even if he is an asshole.
He touches on a former flame at a couple points.
Mm-hmm.
He was close to getting married, but he didn't. And it'll curl your toes, Mr. Tully. But
his candy cane experience.
yeah, right. He doesn't have that connection. He's kind of given up hope of finding that connection with anyone. And of course, he sees hope at one point with the other faculty lady.
And then in
which
walks
is
her husband.
completely deflated when I thought it was just her boyfriend.
Oh, probably. Because she's a miss, not a Mrs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, this is still, he goes to her party and they're hitting it off, even at the restaurant.
Oh my, the split at that party between Mary pushing people away, Hunnam trying to get in with someone and failing, and then totally
Angus
making out with that girl.
has a kiss, which is a very important moment for his coming of age. Growing up, I guess. He's actually he might be the only one having a good time at the party.
Because Mary's miserable because she misses her son. Hunnam's doing okay, and then in walks the woman's boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And then Tully's in the basement having a grand old time.
Oh yeah. It is an interesting look at the three, and I guess where they're at this point in their journeys.
Yeah.
And that's also the party where he steals the snow globe. So, because of course he still can't fully get out of that little space.
He was on a high when he stole that, though.
True. Which they don't show him stealing it, do they?
I don't remember seeing him steal it.
Yeah, I think it was only this watch that I realized that it was the same snow globe.
I hadn't realized that.
Yeah. So it is interesting.
The scene in the hotel room where Angus drops his meds kills me.
Yeah, they both...
Because it's just instant deflection.
Librium? And what does he say? How does he deflect?
Oh, is that rye toast? How'd you know I loved rye toast? And then straight into the bathroom.
And then Hunnam looks at his own medication.
And
it's the same.
And this scene happens before Angus goes to see his dad. And that scene happens before You're Not Your Father.
Yeah. And leading up to... I love how they lead up to meeting his dad, because up to that point, we're kind of led to believe his dad's dead. He says, I want to see my father. And Hunnam's like, oh, well...
We can go to a cemetery.
Yeah, we can go to a cemetery. And we don't get to see or hear... It's not a cemetery. We just see a series of shots.
And it's
they
just
show up to the
driving
mental hospital, signing in, all this stuff. And again, quietly devastating.
And then his dad just being walked in, not even trusted to walk by himself.
Yeah.
It hurts.
It hurts. It sucks.
Do you think Hunnam made the connection between the meds and Angus's dad?
What do you mean?
Maybe I'm assuming, but I'm under the assumption that Angus's dad ended up on those same kinds of meds at some point, and that contributes to his fear of being just like his dad.
Oh, I don't know. I can understand that. But I mean, so Angus is dealing with depression, and his dad has... I don't think they put a label on it, but it seems something like paranoid schizophrenia. And I feel like those are very different things, but I'm no expert.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
But there could have been some sort of moment where that kind of med was tried on his dad or something.
Yeah.
And that Angus is just scared of the same kind of decay that his father experienced.
Which is a terrifying thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not know. But yeah, I'm sure he would have made the connection, he's scared he'll end up like that too. And he's realizing someone has to be there for this boy.
And if you notice, Angus looks a lot more like his dad than his mom.
You think that was intentional?
That was definitely intentional because
she's blonde.
It gives his mother another degree of separation. Paul looks nothing like Angus. She doesn't look like Angus. He looks like his dad. He's a mirror of his dad.
Another reason she wants to get rid of Angus, right? She doesn't want that reminder
because
around.
His dad got violent. His dad caused all these problems. He's still a problem for her because she's like, oh, I have to move him now.
I have to move him. This is so inconvenient for me.
She's acting like he's just a suitcase she can shove away in the attic.
Yeah.
And she's doing the same thing with her son with all these boarding schools.
Mm-hmm.
And Angus is definitely projecting that onto Kuntz with people don't renovate their houses in the winter. They just don't want you home.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because Kuntz claims that he can't go home and he's holding over because his parents are renovating the house and they're storing the tools in his room. And Angus is like, oh, you dumbass. People don't renovate their houses in the winter. You're the tool they don't want.
And that starts the fight, right?
I think it was a combo of that and the stealing of the photograph.
Yeah. But like that was the last straw and that made Kuntz lunge at him.
And then you have this little football guy who just doesn't want to cut his hair. And he's like, break it up.
Which, interestingly enough, so he doesn't cut his hair because he's sure his dad's going to cave and let him go on the ski trip.
And his dad did cave.
And his dad does cave. The old softy. But we do see him for one shot again towards the end after break. And he has, in fact, cut his hair.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting. And it's such good filmmaking because in just one shot, it tells this whole story, but it leaves so much untold. And you want to know what went down.
I want to know if he was just holding out against his dad and caved or if his dad made him do it once he picked him up.
Because like it's very short. It's almost a military cut. So it does feel like that's what his dad...
Because his hair was like shoulder length before.
Oh, yeah. It's very like Silent Bob. No, sorry, Jay, not Silent Bob. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
But those who know. And yeah, I don't know. Just not conventional, especially for the time.
And there are so many like storylines that never get closed too.
Like what?
The kid who couldn't go home because his parents thought it was too far. We never know if he made any friends.
Was that the Mormon?
No, that was the other one.
Asian kid.
The Asian kid who couldn't go home.
Right.
We know nothing about the Mormon kid at the end. Did he get new gloves? Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't really get
no closure for most people.
For most of the holdovers.
We know Angus is still at the school. We know that Paul Hunnam is no longer there. And we know that Angus's father will have to be moved.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And yet, I feel like it is a very satisfying ending.
Oh, it's very satisfying. I'm just saying there's a lot that's left so open.
Yeah, that's true. It's because it does end on sort of a high note. Hunnam's out on the open road. He's got a lot ahead of him. He has
a U-Haul behind him.
He has a U-Haul. He takes a swig of whatever alcohol that was that I think he stole from.
Oh, it's definitely the bottle. Because when he went into the headmaster's office at the beginning of the film and found out that he was stuck on babysitting duty because someone's mom had lupus, the guy just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
He sees this bottle of alcohol, and the headmaster makes a big deal of telling him what it is.
Yeah.
Hunnam's gone at the end, and he's got a U-Haul behind him. He's got his little car. I love the color of his car, by the way. Wasn't it like a green?
Maybe.
I think it was like a green. I love the color of his car. But he's got this bottle of alcohol in his passenger seat, and you see him like take a swig of it, and you're like, okay, this is just standard Paul behavior, and you think he's just gonna drink and drive. But nope, he swishes it like mouthwash, spits it straight out into the snow.
One last middle finger to Barton.
And I feel like it's two.
Two middle fingers?
Because he stole the alcohol.
He stole it, and he didn't even drink it. He just spat it out, which I'm sure he'll drink the rest at some point.
Onto the pure white snow.
Onto the pure white snow.
Discoloring the snow.
Yeah, I like that. It's such a great ending. And you do get a sense, like...
And they use the same song at the beginning and the end, don't they?
Oh, which song was that? It wasn't the Labby Seifer one.
No, it was the Crying, Laughing, Loving one.
Yeah, okay,
They used that towards the beginning of the film.
Was it towards the beginning? I thought it was like...
Either middle or beginning.
More middle.
Mid-beginning.
Like when he goes ice skating, right?
No.
No?
It's one of the beginning year montages, I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. Okay. But yeah, I know the song you're talking
They
about.
use it at least twice.
Crying, laughing. Crying never did nobody no good, no how. That's why I don't cry.
And Hannah
Laughing sometimes did some people some good somehow. That's why I'm laughing. Right now.
And I mean, he's probably laughing about the fact that he stole that guy's alcohol and is just spitting it straight out.
Yeah.
Because we know, classic Hunnam, he's buying alcohol, he's drinking alcohol, he's persistently drunk.
Yes. Which is sort of a hypocrisy of his. Like, for someone so inclined towards tradition and just being strict.
The ancient Romans did it, so can I.
Having a stick up his ass. He's like drunk in class, right? Or at least like when he's supposed to be watching the kids.
And there was some line, I think it was Coonson's, like, that wall-eyed bastard's already wasted.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about. So, walleye. Even the other teachers call him like wall-eyed, which feels so cruel.
I believe a walleye is a fish.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
He
some,
does have like bulgy fish eyes.
it's some true. It's some jab at his lazy eye, I believe.
I'm like convinced it's a fish somehow.
Yeah. And yep. Good ending.
I love this movie so much.
I do too.
It's going to hold a special place in my heart for
Hold
a very,
over
very
a
long
special
time.
place in your heart.
Hold over a special place. It's so funny to me that we're doing this right before we go on break and go home for Christmas too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that is funny.
The timing of events, the exam getting pushed, and just everything, it's perfect.
Yeah, it really is. It's the snow. The snow in this movie looks
snow.
really good. A lot of the times movie snow doesn't look good, but they were able to take advantage of natural snow and of like ice chips as snow.
I never thought about how they make fake snow in movies.
Yeah. And like some other methods, but it looks good.
I was kind of under the assumption they had to wait for snow.
That'd be risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, good snow movie. Good New England movie.
It's vaguely Christmassy.
It's pretty Christmassy. Although the director Alexander Payne said he's like disgusted or whatever. The idea of the label of Christmas movie on his movie makes him like nauseous. He doesn't like, and like I get that, but also I feel like it is a Christmas movie. Yes.
Like,
And I don't think this is just a movie that takes place around Christmas. I think this is a Christmas movie, though it is more versatile in that you can watch it at other points in the year.
like I watched this for the first time dead middle of summer, I think.
Yeah. And I think it's just as effective, but Christmas is distinctly a part of it. I mean, you look at the movie poster on Letterboxd, they're inside like a broken Christmas ornament.
And we have this whole thing about the Christmas tree gets sold back from the school to
Yes.
the Christmas tree lot. Hunnam does
We
his
bought back the tree from the church. We do it every year.
Hunnam does his best to get this tiny little Christmas tree for Angus because Mary's like, you better do something for that boy. And
Yeah.
he gets Meditations by
Which-
Marcus Aurelius.
Of course. And he also
And-
gives it to Mary.
In his own Hunnamy little way, he's trying so hard.
Yeah, he really is.
He's just like a little guy, and I love him.
Yeah. Poor guy. He's so out of touch.
I
But
think-
he's a silly goose.
I know this movie wouldn't have happened, but I almost wish he could have found love because he had so much potential to be a dad if he had just like
You think so?
look how he ended up being with Angus.
I mean, yeah.
Imagine if that was his own kid. Like
True.
if he had someone who truly loved him and didn't just kick him in the ass, he could have had so much potential for love.
I don't disagree. But that's
That's a big hypothetical.
a big hypothetical. That's not the hand he was dealt.
I know
And that's
that.
sort of the point.
I know
Yeah.
that. I just
it's
like
a nice it's nice to consider.
Yeah.
What if
Father
the guy didn't do the thing in Dead Poets, you know?
Yeah. What if nothing ever happened in any movie?
What if there were no problems ever? What if Anakin didn't become Darth Vader?
Always Star Wars with you.
Always Star Wars with me. I should have worn my Darth Vader Christmas sweater. We're Patrick today, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've gone through most of my notes. There's an interesting... there aren't a lot of like Dutch angle, like tilt angles in this movie. One of like
That's what a Dutch angle is?
yeah, one of
Y'all
like
have been saying that over and over again.
okay,
I've
sorry.
never known.
One of the only like Dutch angle shots in this is when Hunnam's looking around the school for Tully. He can't find him anywhere, and he asks Mary, and I don't know why they made that decision. I guess he's just feeling like I don't know, discombobulated. He's kind of panicking a little, looking for Angus.
And Angus is just playing the piano, causing no problems.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the shot of Angus just eating ice cream straight out of the tub
Yeah.
in the freezer. That's so stereotypically teenage girl breakup.
Yeah.
That made me happy.
He's just exploring the school, having a good time.
Eating ice cream straight out of the bucket.
Uh-huh. Good stuff.
Yeah.
There's one Letterboxd review someone made. I think it was Shafrilla's I can't pronounce his name, but he has a YouTube channel too. And it's something along the lines of there's a handshake in this that is warmer and more intimate than most hugs in most movies. And I kind of agree with that. You know what I'm talking about, right? The handshake at the end. Yeah. It is like for these people, that is the equivalent of a deep, just tight hug.
And the fact that Hunnam tells Angus which eye it is at the end.
Yeah.
Because Angus asked him at one point, which eye am I supposed to look at when I'm talking to you? Like halfway as a joke, I think. He's like, what eye do I look at?
He doesn't answer. He just goes, And then,
that was a really good Hunnam.
thank you. And goes and bowls. And he's really bad at bowling, right?
Oh, so bad.
Okay. And
straight into the gutter.
yeah, and the movie does a lot of those like setups with payoffs later on. But also that's one of those moments I was talking about where the dialogue isn't about what's being said, but the subtext behind it, like you have to read between the lines for. It's he walks out of the office and he says, it's this eye, this one you should look at. That's not just him saying, oh, this is the eye. That's him saying, I trust you. Because I think what we're supposed to understand is that he doesn't really tell anyone which eye to look at. So he's letting Angus in on this very intimate part of himself that he doesn't trust anyone else with, that he hasn't allowed anyone else to get close enough to him for. And that's him saying, I love you, kid.
And bonus secret subtext. When Angus was outside that office, Mary was out there holding his hand too. Yes. So he told Mary too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The two people. It's forced proximity. I know it's forced proximity.
Of course.
But I love it.
Yes. And
Mary, who would not let anyone touch her for the duration of the movie, like she reaches
out to him.
Yeah. She wouldn't. She was like, Paul, what the hell are you doing? When Paul tried to like hold her hand at one point, and she wouldn't. She was almost yelling at Danny at the party, "Back off!" And she sits down next to Angus by choice. She holds his hand.
Wow, I hadn't even thought of that.
I think Mary and Hannah are really pseudo-parental figures for this kid.
For sure.
Because his real parents just...
absolutely. Dang.
I'll be holding over on this one forever.
For sure. No, it's not the first time I've watched it, but it won't be the last, I hope. Not by a long shot. It's a good one. You've often described it as Dead Poets Society in a different font. And I think I agree with that in many ways. I don't know, just these themes of teenagers and being forced to grow up and deal with the realities of the world.
It ranks way higher than Dead Poets for me.
Really?
Might be a controversial take.
I think it is. I still like Dead Poets just a little bit more.
I think I'm just more personally connected to Holdovers.
Which is fair. I love both movies.
I love them
death.
both too. It's just...
Yeah. I don't know. It's just this brand of movie that I sort of I don't know. Maybe it's just coming of age. Like, because I would also put Good Will Hunting in this category.
I need to watch that.
Which you do. I think you'd connect with it. I think you'd sob, though.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies of all time made me cry for 6 hours.
Dang.
Yeah.
What movie?
Dear Zoe. Very controversial take to love that one. But what can I say? I'm a sucker for movies that make me sad sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. And I've gone through all my notes. I don't know how much more I have to say on the Holdovers. We've been at this for an hour and a quarter. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you need to get out?
Do I?
We touched on the music. I think the song choices are all great.
Song choices were great. I love everything about it. And like the whispering in chapel between Kuntz and Tully.
Yeah.
Like all the little side dialogues in these situations where they're not supposed to have
them. It's so real.
Yeah. Like I can tell you, chapel services at my high school, we would be talking to each other. Like we're not paying attention 24/7. And I know that's probably terrible, but
but that's how teenagers are.
Yeah. It's the teenage experience. Like you're in an assembly or something, you're not going to pay attention 24/7. You're going to get bored.
Yeah. It's all these are very real people, very real situations. And it's, even though it's very specifically and clearly dated, it's timeless in some ways.
Yeah.
Again, like Dead Poets Society, which takes place in the 50s, but I think it was 50s,
I never realized that it was that
50s or
old.
60s.
I have no clue.
Something like that. But Dead Poets takes place in a long past decade. But it deals with these things, these people that never really changed. And Hunnam touches on that with the museum. People every generation thinks they invented debauchery and what blah blah blah.
Rebellion. That was the other one.
But
you have this like ancient pottery and it's candy cane.
It's porn.
Yeah.
And yeah, some things just don't change. Human
nature stays human nature. It just adapts to the times a little bit.
Exactly. And I don't know. I know we said like you can't. This is a story that couldn't happen in modern times with modern technology.
You could make a version of it.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see, like one day when today's generation grows up and looks back on this decade, what a story about teenagers that were our age when we were in high school, what that would look like. Coronavirus. Yeah, 10 years from now, all the filmmakers are going to be making their indie little
That's going to make me feel
COVID
old.
movies. That's good. Oh, dude.
I don't want to feel old.
We're in college. It's already starting.
I'll bet you money the next one's going to have girls in it.
Yeah, because
Dead Poets and Holdovers are both all boys boarding schools.
That's true. That's true.
And those are fading out. I mean, there's only like 3 or 4 all guys colleges left in the country.
Really? Wow.
One of them is like a religious one.
Which makes sense.
There are a lot of all girls ones.
Interesting.
Because there's like Sweetbriar, there's Bryn Mawr, there's a bunch of them. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I know there's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I love this genre of movie. This flavor. But yeah. Is there anything else to say?
I just love the Holdovers.
I love the Holdovers. Please watch the Holdovers. Is it streaming somewhere? Let me see. Holdovers. I told my brother to watch. I was shocked my brother hadn't seen this.
I feel like, well, I can't say everyone needs to see it. A lot of people need to see this.
I think, because I think a lot of people, a surprising amount of people actually, this movie doesn't necessarily work for, but I can kind of, I guess, maybe sort of understand why it wouldn't work for somebody. But
I get a lot out of it personally.
Yes, me as well.
It's like how we all got different things out of our bad mother's English class.
Yeah, true.
And life experience probably does have a big effect on how you interpret movies. For sure.
I feel and art in general.
More people than you would realize can get something out of this movie.
I agree with that. I think it does have a generally broad appeal.
Yeah.
And I'd be very interested to check out some more of Alexander Payne's work after this. He seems like a great director. I listened to he did an interview after the premiere with Jason Reitman, I think, the director of Juno. I don't know. But
I love Juno.
That's a good one. Maybe we should do a pod on that one day. But actually, I don't know how much I could talk about Juno. You could probably talk a lot for both of us.
Charlotte would have a lot to say too.
You think so?
Well, it was you, me, and Charlotte when we watched
It was, yeah.
I don't think Juno's as deep as the Holdovers is.
Absolutely not.
The Holdovers is more oniony. Layers.
Layers, yes. Yeah, okay. Now I think we're probably done. Should we end it off? We've been at it quite some time.
Lucky number. End it.
Okay.
1. Yeah.
What?
21's my lucky number.
Oh,
Power
okay.
21.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the pod again, Maggie.
You're very welcome.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you for watching and or listening to the Pulp Diction podcast.
Go watch Holdovers.
Please watch the Holdovers if you have not already. I don't think it's streaming anywhere, but it's worth renting or buying. If you can find it in a theater, absolutely watch it in a theater.
That would have been such a good experience.
I wish I'd seen this when it was in theaters, but I didn't. I watched it, I believe, at my grandparents' house when it started streaming on Amazon Prime.
Interesting.
Which it's not anymore. But yeah. And yeah, good movie. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Follow on Spotify. Follow on Apple Podcasts. Follow on Instagram. Rate 5 stars. Please.
And watch the Holdovers.
Bye.
Okay.
That was quite the yacht fest.
Quite. I think it was good though.